welcome to the Business Spotlight Leaders in Action series. I'm your host Sonali Nigam, and today I'm joined by Dan Brown, MD at Fairway Home Parks and Leisure Home. Hi Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good to see you.
Pleasure is all mine. Would you like to kick us off with a brief background as to who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Dan Brown. I'm the Managing Director of Fairway Park and Leisure Homes. We're a manufacturing company based in the Midlands. We manufacture residential park homes and luxury holiday lodges as part of our range. We've been manufacturing for around 4 years now and have a vast range of products for customers to choose from.
Wow, Dan, we were speaking before the podcast, 4 years into this journey, and of course, many more years before than that. So,
Yes.
What do you attribute your growth to?
Personally, I mean, I've been in the modular building industry all of my career, I think, with starting my life with Barratt's, with steel frame housing and learning a hell of a lot about production, design and purchasing and sales. My background is heavily design based, but I get involved and have got involved in every element of the businesses that I've worked for over the years. And sort of 5 years or so ago, I decided that it was time that I actually did it myself. So that's when Fairway was sort of born. And I'd been working within the park and leisure home manufacturing industry. And so it made sense for me to use my skills and everything I'd learned from everybody else to build my own units.
Totally, I agree with you on that. Dan, you started Fairway as the COVID boom in park homes was winding down. Most business launch with a tailwind. You launched with a headwind. What made you back yourself anyway?
I think I had the faith in, I knew what I was doing. I had the vision, the foresight. I know, yes, when I started Fairway, it was almost to the day that I took the keys over for the factory that the market started to dramatically slow. So I think in some ways it's probably a good time to be in, because as a good friend of mine said to me, he said, Dan, you've never known the industry good. So if you can strive now in an industry as it is, then when the industry turns and booms, you'll be laughing. So I think that's helped, that challenge, because whereas sort of 4 or 5 years ago, the COVID situation, people were just buying park homes, holiday lodges, whatever it was, and you didn't have to fight for your sales or prove yourself. I moved into a market that I have to do that, and I had to do that to achieve what we've achieved.
Thank you so much for answering that question for me. So, Dan, what would you say was the biggest learning of running a business, and how do you address that?
I think probably the biggest learning curve for myself is not ever run a business from the ground up before, is learning everything almost on the run. And not having done every element of the business, because I do every element of the business, from the sales, marketing, accounts. Obviously, I have people that I've brought in to help me do that, but I think it can be at times quite overwhelming of everything that you have to do. And I think that's probably the overwhelming parts have probably been the biggest element for me. It's not literally turn up for work and turn a computer on and everything happens. There's a lot more to do than that. Planning is key, definitely is key. Making sure that the customers get what they want on time. And I'm very conscious doing that. Of we say what we're going to do. There's a number of things that we do within our business which I think are more unique to us than other businesses, because I've taken what I've learned in my career, I think, and tried to adapt it, or seen where things fall down slightly and tried to make a difference, if you like, with Fairway.
I completely hear what you're saying. And Dan, we also discussed this, that you mentioned that the loneliness of running a business. What does that feel like day to day, and what has helped?
Having somebody at the other end of a phone sometimes helps, but it can be running, as anybody will tell anybody, I think, running a business on your own can be it can be extremely lonely. It can be, you can go to some dark places, but I think you need to refocus, and those dark places don't seem dark at all. Once you're focused and you move forward and you look back and think, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I need to plan, have faith in yourself. You need to have your vision, you need to know where you're going and have faith in yourself, and you'll be fine.
Interesting, Dan. Dan, talking about the business a bit more. So, what are the challenges that you're currently facing, and how do you address them?
I think as a I would call us a relatively new manufacturer, although we've been in the business sort of 4 years now. We are still a relatively new manufacturer, and I think it's breaking into that. It's working with parks, meeting parks, getting them to have faith in you. We have all of our registration, all our certification, all our everything, all our ducks in a row, everything ticked, and it's just getting people sort of to have faith in you that we do what we say we're going to do, and we do. And I think that's the biggest thing with people. And once you prove that, that's fine. And then people, they have trust in you, and then other people have trust in you. It's a very small industry we're in, and once the word gets around, yeah, it's fine. But I suppose that was the battle when you start something and you're not known at all, apart from your skill as a designer or a process person.
I completely get it, Dan. And you know, that's how you talk about, and that's how values that you've shown during the conversation that you carry for your business. Having said that, Dan, you get a magic wand and you get to do it all over again. What would you do differently?
I probably would be more relaxed at the start, and things happen for a reason, and they work, and the orders come. We build homes, and I think it's daunting when you start something and you think, how is this going to evolve? Where is it going to go? And I think you need to remove that and you have faith. And if you're providing a good service and a good product and you do what you say you're going to do, then it's fine. It's fine.
Thank you, Dan, for letting us know that. Dan, we've talked so much about your business. Let's quickly touch a bit about your personal life. So how do you balance your personal life with the demands of running a business? What is the key? What is that key of striking that right balance between the two?
I'm probably lucky in how I live. My children are grown up. My wife works a lot as well. We tend to like to go on holiday a lot. So we work hard, play hard, and that's how it balances. I think, you know, I might work 7 days a week, but we try and make our weekends into holidays for us, and that's how it works for us. It might not work for everybody that way, but I think it's always the mindset you have to be that your family comes first, because you can spend all your hours at work and make everything amazing, but you've got to enjoy yourself at the same time. You've got to, you know, have your friends, have your holidays, you know, and I think, yeah, that's really, really important, because you can get lost in it. You can get lost in the day to day and just disappear. Take your work home with you. I really try not to do that. I do, but I really try not to. I really try not to do that. I've got a very understanding wife, which helps a lot. But yes, yeah. Definitely, it's an art. I think it's an art.
I'm sure it's an art. It is not easy to manage the two things together, Dan. And it was absolutely inspirational to hear your story. Is there any closing remark or a golden nugget that you would like to share with the audience before we wrap up?
I think you've got to go with your dream. You've got to go with your dream and have a vision. You need to have a vision and an intention. That's what you're going to do, and follow it through. Live that dream, and try not to take the negatives. Just take the positives. Have something to strive for, and just go for it. You have to just go for it. An entrepreneur, that's what you do. You have to go for it.
Dan, thank you so much for your time today. It was great knowing you and knowing so much about your journey. And to everyone watching, I look forward to see you in my next episode. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.